It's really low. Can you guys see?
You're going to have to speak up a little louder because it's farther out in the train.
There we go. Okay. Vibrillionaire Soul greetings, soul blessings, beautiful Vibrillionaire Soul family. Loving, living the Vibrillionaire lifestyle. Loving, breathing, living, being the Vibrillionaire lifestyle 24/7. Welcome to Samadhi Sea of Wisdom Meditation School. We are your founders, Alice and Michael, and we serve here locally, humbly from our hearts, all over the world, to your living rooms, to your rooms, wherever you are in your world. And we are so honored to share this amazing space with you. And here at Samadhi, we love to remind humanity that not just in Samadhi, but in life in general, it's never only about positivity. It's never only about negativity. It's about something much more real, something much more authentic, something much more raw, something much more pure, something much more genuine. And that genuineness is you. The real you watching this video, the real you that's beyond those thoughts, those perspectives that you or others have put on you that cause you to think something that you're not. It's about the real genuine you, the real you that you feel deep inside of you. And here at Samadhi, our goal, our mission, our passion, our purpose, our calling, our life is to remind you of that by reminding ourselves of that first, and to remind you by example, and to show up here and show you that it's all about you. Really, it's all about you. So today we are so honored, we are so humbled, we are so beyond words to have such an amazing soul take the time. And I mean,
We forgot our host.
oh, we forgot the host. Excuse me.
He's so excited about you.
Okay, we forgot the number one host, which I really
The reason
thank you so
why
much. Thank you so
Anna-
much, love. Because as
Yeah.
I was hugging the tree right now, which I do after, but I failed to do it before. As I was hugging the tree, I was just thinking nature, because of nature, it's transformed my life. Without nature, I don't know where I'd be. We could talk about spiritual awakening, we could talk about enlightenment, we could talk all about that. But if we don't have the foundation with our nature, we're fooling ourselves. Because nature is what grounds us into this world and reminds us that we are the reflection of nature itself. If we know our nature, we can be the greatest version of ourselves, because a tree only knows how to be a tree. A tree is not trying to be a squirrel, a tree is not trying to be a bird. A tree stands powerfully in being a tree. And that's what really nature reminds us, is be who you were meant to be. And that is the message that nature always reminds me of. So today is the 37th week of Nature's Inner Gathering for 10-10-2020. And in a little bit, we're going to talk more about 10-10-2020. So before we go any further, I want to introduce Daniel Arroyo. Thank you so much, brother. And I bloopered it.
Yeah.
That's life, right?
We're live.
And we have amazing, beautiful souls here with us. That may I introduce you guys, or you guys want to stay off camera?
I want to be off camera.
You want to be off camera? Okay, we got beautiful souls out here that just know that they're. Thank you for bringing these two beautiful souls, brother. Do you mind if I say your name? We got Justin Kimura with us, another beautiful soul. Thank you so much, brother.
Our amazing student.
Our amazing student. We got Lorena Bias. Beas. Okay, I'll get it right one day. Lorena Beas with us, an amazing, beautiful soul and student. And again, without further ado, Daniel. And let me just say, Daniel has been a tremendous blessing in our lives. We're humbled by your presence in our lives. We've matured, we've unfolded so magically because of your presence in our lives, and the music that you brought, the wisdom that you brought, the knowledge that you brought,
The patience.
the patience.
Likewise.
Just honor,
yeah.
brother, honor.
Likewise, it's such a pleasure to. It's so amazing being around you guys, because, like you said, it's the authenticity, it's the pureness. It's all about purity. I love how you chose to hug the tree before today. It's there's nothing in nature that's more grounded than a tree. It's completely rooted, completely connected to all that is, and grounding, such an amazing thing. Being barefoot,
Right.
yeah. But
Grounding for life, baby.
yeah, and grounding truly means, like, our emotions, they get spiked. They get spiked all the time. Doesn't matter what emotion it is. And it's proven nowadays. We have science backing it up, showing what something like cortisol, which is stress and anxiety, that hormone, when that's spiked, it shows how your immune system goes way down. Your serotonin and dopamine, the feel-good receptors, go way down, and also your ability to produce testosterone naturally goes way down. So grounding truly just means when something's spiked, we can bring it down to that purity, to that natural state of peace, wellness, and just being.
And one thing I forgot to mention about Daniel, which he's so humble that he won't tell us, but he's a professional baseball player. He's a coach. He helps youth. I mean, this guy's a hero in many, and I will say in our nephew's life, he's transformed his life. He's passionate about baseball. How can I forget that, brother?
Yeah.
You transformed our family's life forever. And Jesse, shout outs to Jesse, because he didn't know the potential that he had but when you came and you awakened it, we didn't know where to direct him, and we didn't want to force him a certain way. But you just coming into our lives, he was like, I want to play baseball. You took him to play baseball. You guys realized that he has a lot of potential, and that's what kids need nowadays. I mean, we want to put him in boxes, which I don't want to take away from you. So go ahead. No,
it's amazing that he has something to really get him excited and work towards, because when you have something to work towards, that's what brings joy. If you're stagnant, not really working to anything, you're not going to get joy. Joy comes from self-transcendence, and it's really amazing that I can share that with him. And it's through baseball where I first got into nature and holistic healing and everything, to kind of get my competitive advantage in baseball. And then I found out that, hey, I was completely disconnected. I was completely toxic, and was not feeling good. I didn't know how to feel good. I didn't know what it was. I grew up in New York City. It's not many places to ground, be barefoot places. But man, when I started making these switches and learning how, like,
just little switches on little changes.
Yeah, anything. Just learning about how our energy affects us, how our vibration affects us, and what raises our vibration and lowers it. And when I started doing more grounding, started eating better, started making sure I infuse my daily life with high vibrational stuff, living the Vibrillionaire lifestyle, I truly felt amazing. Felt satisfaction, and now I can really feel it when I'm off. When I go back to New York City, sometimes it's easy to not be out in nature, not do certain things, and not ground really well. Thank God that there's other tools that we have. Yes. So I'm actually also a certified essential oil coach and holistic health practitioner.
He's our mentor.
And yeah, if you don't have beautiful grass or sand to ground yourself in and raise your vibrations and let the healing energetic field of Mother Nature just...
I like to call it nature in a bottle.
Oh man, yeah.
That's what I call my doTERRA, nature in a bottle.
Yeah,
so we have a testimonial right here.
Essential oils, pretty much everything in nature. Essential oils are their natural medicine.
Yes.
And one drop has hundreds of compounds that are unique and do so many things for the plant itself, protecting the cells against diseases, viruses, and anything that's trying to harm.
Especially what's going on around right now. Share with the community, like, what can they do, because so many people are afraid. I mean, because I seen not to interrupt, but we call it inject. One thing is, how many people do you see with their masks on and they think that's going to protect them, but what can they really do to build an immune system? Because you talk about protecting ourselves. If we raise our immune system, is there a need? I'm not going to say be rebels and don't wear the mask, but I mean, if you are going to wear the mask, why not build your immune system and not just depend on the mask, right?
Yeah, your immune system's so important. I really urge you guys to really dive deep and empower yourself to really understand how important it is for your immune system. And grounding, this is improving your immune system. So essential, going back to the essential oils, we know how amazing they are for the plant's health and the plant's life, but our bodies are not so different. Everything in nature is really connected, and the structure is not very different. So using essential oils in our bodies, they're very, very bioavailable, and man, it's so amazing, like how many things you can solve with essential oils.
Yes, and I want to interject there with Danny, because when we met Danny years ago, we just enjoyed the vibration of just being together and talking about how we can be, you know, more compassionate humans, etc., etc. But then when I find out that he was getting involved with really starting with doTERRA, and even though I had been in it for 10 years, I was the kind of person that did it just for myself. I just wanted it for, you know, I love the aromatherapy. I knew that it could help with certain ailments. But Danny brought in something so, like, different. His enthusiasm about it, and he's like, Alice, you've been using oils, you've been in doTERRA for how long? And I'm like, yeah, but you know, I really don't say much about it because people get weirded out when you talk about oils. You know, I remember in the beginning with Michael, and so I kind of would keep that to myself. But Danny awoken that, like, reminded me, come on, you have all the answers right here with your oils. So it's helping me to develop more of that confidence, if you will, that I don't need to make an excuse. Well, I use oils, but, you know, kind of like, yeah, no, I don't do that other stuff. And shoot, it's like, where was I?
I used to use like $50 cologne, and now I use the essential oils. I mean, I smell great because I smell like nature, so you're representing nature, right? Second is I feel great because a lot of us just think smelling great is good, right? But how much is behind that smelling great? It's really killing us. And one thing I want to ask you really quick, because this is important, as me as a guy, and I'm sure other guys watching us, how many athletes do you work with, do you see on a daily basis? What you do is they look healthy, but are they really healthy? Because I remember looking healthy, but I wasn't healthy. And we go with that facade that just because someone looks very fit, they're fit. But what can you say from your experience in your world? And people that come to you from that athletic experience, you know, former baseball players or current baseball players, they come to you and they see how much the oils have transformed your life and your spiritual walk as well. Like, what can you say to men out there, or just general people,
it's not just for women,
that they think it's the appearance, that they want to look good instead of feel good?
Yeah,
and be good.
There's so many people nowadays, we see them as having it all. We see them having financial abundance, we see them looking amazing, having great bodies, but there's so many people who are not satisfied and who are completely disconnected. And vibration, like in terms of the cologne, now that we're living the Vibrillionaire lifestyle, we're worrying about our vibration and how we truly feel in true health and wellness. We're not going to use synthetic products. We're not gonna do things that we know now lower our vibration, put toxins in our body,
affect our mental state too.
Everything. Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that's where a lot of depression comes from.
That's exactly. Depression's a huge thing, and I've seen some amazing results with all types of ailments, but especially mood stuff. It's.
And I've seen you work with all kinds of different. Just for those of you that know, he has a Bible that, I mean, you can literally treat almost anything. If not, I would say anything, but I can't really say it because I don't know, because I'm not experienced. But it sounds like you can almost treat anything under the sun, because I mean, I've seen, like, I didn't even know how much things you can do with essential oils.
Yeah. So pretty much everything. There's so many amazing gifts this world gives us, this earth gives us, and you know, water, food, life, medicine is no different. Medicine, everything in Western medicine is studied. First, we study nature. We figure out what's doing the healing in nature. Unfortunately, now those compounds are being synthetically recreated
to mimic nature.
Yeah, exactly. And they're doing a very good job of profiting off of that, because it's a lot cheaper to synthetically recreate it than do it the right way and get
And that's a good point that you said that, Daniel.
Yeah, and it's not a surprise. For some reason, it never gets to the root cause of it when it's synthetic. When it's all natural, it has that intelligence to where it's just extremely bioavailable and really actually healing and getting to the root cause of everything, working at a cellular level. And it's thank God a lot of people are waking up and starting to go more towards the natural ways of doing things instead of the toxic stuff.
Well, that brings us to an incident that happened not very long ago, about a week ago. For those of you that follow us and watch the videos, I'm sure you've seen, and if not,
can you guys hear us? I'm just saying, because there's a jet.
They won't tell us right now, baby. So we had an incident with Michael and his hand picking up a very hot tire off the road.
I didn't know it was hot.
Of course.
For the record.
Of course. If you would, I'm sure you wouldn't have picked it up, sweetheart. And so he did the video where he shows his hand severely burned. And of course,
the tire was in the middle of the road.
Yes.
So I didn't want it to cause an accident. So we were at a stoplight. I got off the truck. I went to pick up the tire with my hand, and it was pretty heavy. So I tilted it to pick it up from the bottom, and the disc had we didn't know it at the time, but it just come off the tire. And I put my hand on it, and my hand got stuck to it, that I literally had to do a double take to get that tire off my hand. And
it completely really bad burns, completely melted onto his hand.
I went live like 10 minutes after.
It was not pretty. Yeah. All the proof is there.
Yeah, you guys can go watch it.
And you even had like some of the tires melted on there, and you couldn't really get it off with anything. And you were gonna go to the urgent care, and
well, let me back you guys up a little bit.
Let
me back you guys up a little bit. So when Michael, of course, Michael starts to want to panic a little bit because it hurts, and he said, "Wait, I need to remember what I can do with my breathing." So
let me clarify that. I started hyperventilating. I almost went into shock. The training kicked in. I didn't think about it. See, this is what athletes know. When you train, all of a sudden your intelligence just kicks in. So I just want to let that be known, that I wasn't thinking about, I have to breathe. It's because we do this work constantly, that in that moment of hyperventilation and in that moment of almost going into shock, which I've never been weak before, in the sense of this, and I was surprised, but my point is that when I started not even knowing I was panicking, the intelligence within me said, breathe. And then that's when I started breathing.
So again, I'm the culprit that Michael's been more of a mush. He said that he's so sensitive now.
I could take anything before.
Pain. But anyway, so then we have another amazing soul that we just love, who cares so much about us. We're about to start our class, and he sees Michael's hand, because it just happened like an hour before that. He says, "You've got to get to urgent care now."
Out of love.
And so of course Michael's like, "Well, what do I do?" So I sat back and I said, "Okay, first you need to feel within yourself what you believe, because our belief has a lot to do with it. We could put all the oils you want, we could give you all the aspirin you want, we could do all this other stuff, Western or the natural path, but if you don't believe, it won't work as well. It's just like if you're taking a sugar pill, right?" So I said, center yourself and make a decision. What do you believe? I'll take you to urgent care right now, but I already know you. Anything they come and try and prod you with or poke you with or give you a shot, you go, nope. So why would we even go set foot in urgent care? I already know that that's your tendency, but you're in pain right now, so you tell me what you want to do. Or do you believe in the oils? And so I started to tell him on that, and then of course our friend...
Okay, Instagram, we lost you for a second.
And then of course Danny, who does this, with athletes himself, knowing which oils to use, he says, "Don't take them to urgent care. I'll be right there. I want to look at that." So I had run out of my lavender, and he says, "Nope, I've got some, and I've got some of this." So long story short, we start treating Michael with the oils, and before he tried to wash a little bit because he had the tire marks, it was all black. It looked like the black was actually the burn. When people saw the picture, it looked like that was the burn, but it really wasn't the burn, it was the markings from the tire. So when we start putting the oils started to dissolve all that black yucky stuff around the burn, which helps because it takes care of getting any kind of infection. So the oils just started to dissolve that, like right away. It came off on the paper towel.
I'll be back.
Yeah, the lavender's so anti.
I'm going to show it right now. I just got to go to the truck real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Then the other thing that I did as well was put the lemon, the essential lemon, in his water, because the lemon is a natural antibiotic. Thank you. An antibiotic. So I said, drink your water with all your lemon, and you know, every time he'd finish his water, I'd pour some back in, put a bit more lemon. I did a little bit of grapefruit as well in there, just so he'd like the flavor a little bit more. But that's all Michael's been doing, and he said, I'm not going to use the other modality, the other tool that he has, which is his meditation, because he can go into that cell and he could envision that, and he explains it better, but he says, no, I'm just going to do doTERRA and nothing else, because I want to prove to myself that this stuff really does work. It keeps going down. There's the charm. Anyway, so long story short, even at the end, I went to get him some neem, like a salve, because it was getting very like dry in certain areas. I thought maybe if he wants to just lather that, like smear that on there for a little bit. He goes, no, don't put anything on my hand that isn't doTERRA, because I want to feel that. So I used the fractionated coconut oil. Yeah. Is what I started putting more of that on there to help him, because when it starts to heal, it gets dry. It starts to, you know, certain areas, especially the one by the thumb, every time he moved his hand, it would rip open again, and it's very painful. So if we maintain that with that moisture, with the coconut oil, that was what I just started to add a lot more of. But some of the oils, it was just the drops directly onto it. It keeps falling.
Yeah, well, lavender is known to be really amazing for any type of skin conditions, even like really severe, like in his case, burns, cuts, scrapes, or even if it's just acne or any eczema. Lavender's one of my favorite for any type of skin conditions, because like we talked about, it disinfects it, it's antibacterial, but just the properties there are amazing at healing up any type of skin.
Well, we'll work with it.
Yeah.
So you want to do the reveal? Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, I did a video before this, but if you haven't heard it, before I show it, I haven't done any spiritual work. And for those of you that don't know, like, we could really affect our cellular level with our concentration, with our energy. And I haven't done anything to my hand, because I wanted to show just by doTERRA alone and the aloe vera that I applied the first day, this is what you see. So for the record also, I spoke to a paramedic. It's one of our students. He's a firefighter certified paramedic, been there for years, and he looks at it and he goes, wow, that's a miracle. He goes, I've seen burns like so many times, and I would have told you had to go to the hospital. He looks at it and he goes, wow, that's pretty incredible. And he was even kind of surprised that we had cut it open. He's like, you guys should have left it, but that is even better than if you would have left it. So just for those of you that have like a sensitive stomach, I advise you to look away.
It's not that bad anymore, baby.
No, but I don't know where people's consciousness is at. So if you are sensitive, you don't have to look, just look away real quick, and we're going to show you how the hand looks. This is from a week.
It was like 5 days using.
Six days ago.
Today,
but when you started using the essential oils, like 5 days.
When I opened it up,
yeah,
it was 5 days ago. Yeah, this is from 5 days from opening it up. And this is what our bodies are designed to do, become whole again, because our bodies are whole. So we don't need to study, we don't need to take a workshop, we don't need to go to a seminar to access this intelligence. Because one thing that I love that you shared, and then I want to go into the 1010, because I don't know how much time we have left.
It's 8:40 now.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
But one thing that I did want to share is you mentioned intelligence, and I'll talk about it right now, unless you want to talk about it.
Yeah, what I want to explain is that it's the age of information. I mean, every single essential oil nowadays has thousands of studies and clinical studies and showing the proof of what these essential oils do. And I wish I had more time. I have to get out of here.
We'll get you back.
Yeah, we'll share some testimonies, share some. And I invite you guys to, if you want to know anything, if you have any type of ailments or your family has any type of ailments, just put it in the chat. And I'll give you a little protocol, an essential oil protocol, and explain why it's going to be very effective, and so you can really start to empower yourself and understand how we can take advantage of our optimize our health, wellness, satisfaction, and everything, because you deserve to feel good. That's the main thing.
And one thing I do want to honor both of you, because I love that both of you brought doTERRA into my life. You inspired us to go back to doTERRA, not to go back because we were using it very sparingly, but you really inspired us to move it up to the next level.
Same thing. I did the same thing. I started out using it selfishly for my own competitive advantage, so I can feel good. And then I saw, just the amazing things doTERRA was doing for everybody, not only on this side of the bottle, but for all over the world.
Yes,
it's amazing what they're doing. And I mean, it inspired me to share with my family and friends, because it's made such a difference in my life, and I've seen some amazing results. And like I said, we'll get into some testimonies in another video. But what doTERRA is doing, they are all about purity. They're all about
literally
pure products, pure intentions, pure business practices, but most of all, pure love for humanity. Everywhere they're sourcing all of their oils, first of all, they're sourcing it in a way that's sustainable, ethical, and it's not farmed. It's growing in its natural habitat, so its therapeutic and energetic values through the roof.
I love that they build farmers, because they even educate them. I've seen some testimonials.
Yeah. And in most places, they're really impoverished areas all over in the world. And doTERRA's mission is to eradicate poverty altogether and make sure everywhere they're going,
they're really helping the world.
Yeah, they're taking care of people's basic needs of clean water, education, having good foundation for their homes, hospitals. They're doing just
getting
so
people
amazing.
to dream again. I noticed that, like one of the testimonials.
Get out of here.
Sorry,
We'll
talk
get
more about it later.
Yeah, we'll get into. We have some other videos we'll do to explain some testimonies and just the overall soul of doTERRA and what they're doing for the world and for the earth. Stopping deforestation, growing forests, building wells, even in places like, I think it was Somaliland or Kenya, they built a bunch of wells, but it was still not to the quality that they were hoping. So they even spent $40,000 on reverse osmosis tank, and they're getting high-powered machinery into these areas. It's really amazing.
That's the heart of doTERRA.
And they go above and beyond to really like it's all about.
And the vibration behind it. That's one thing that we talked about. If the vibration behind a company is corruption and like just taking. So reach out to Daniel, connect with Daniel. He's an amazing soul. You guys will not regret it. So do you want me to move this one?
Yeah. You want to take your... Yeah.
And we're going to have someone here sitting soon. Here, scoot over this way, love. So,
I can get a little closer. That way.
What a blessing to have him in our lives, for real. The last thing I wanted to mention on what he was saying is, if the vibration behind a person, a company, an institute, whatever, is not like integral, it's going to affect even your journey. And I've learned that from personal experience, because without going into too much detail, I realized that, you know, the intention behind something is very important. And the more that I research this company, because Ali knows I'm I'm a very skeptical person when it comes to, you know, working with a business, because I want to know what is their vibration, because it's not, you know, just how they show up, it's who they are as a person, it's who they are as a collective. And I just want to share on that note that the integrity of this company, as much as I've seen, as much as I've seen testimonials, investigated, and so on and so forth, is I'm in awe. I'm in awe that a company can stay that integral and grow that big. Because usually when you grow big, you start sacrificing, and people start, you know, playing on the edge, let's just say. So that being said, I wanted to go into 10-10-2020, because 10-10-2020, to me, it's a choice point. Because when two energies come together, it's like you have, because the 10 coming together, it's, for those of you that don't know, a computer program is ones and zeros. And when you have a computer program and you're seeing color, you're seeing texture, you're hearing sound, these are all ones and zeros, ones and zeros, ones and zeros on a computer. That's all it is. It's just a different sequence of ones and zeros and patterns and so on and so forth. And I'm not an expert at that, but I've done my, what do you call it?
Research.
Yeah, but my humble research in that area. Like I say, I'm not an expert. So if you want to talk to an expert, you're not talking to an expert. But the ones and zeros really represent the divine masculine and divine feminine. But really they're one. And the way I want to put a picture into in the mind is that when you see a 1 and a 0, you think they're separate. But if you look at a straw, you see the 1, but if you point it like this, you see a 0. You're seeing the same thing, but you're seeing different perspectives. So that's what really the 1 and 0 mean. It's putting everything into perspective. They're coming together, and it's an opportunity to bring all that you are together. This is a choice point. So, and I have not read this anywhere, this comes from within, is that you have an opportunity to go back to your old self and continue to reaffirm and reprogram, thinking that you have no hope, thinking that you're lost, thinking that you're this, whatever. It's a choice point that you have to stay there, because it's just going to intensify. And it doesn't mean that this is the only opportunity that you can transform, but when you have a momentum behind you, it is powerful. But you can transform in any moment. It's just, do you want to take advantage of what you have right now? And it's a choice point whether to move in the direction of where more your genuine, they call it your higher self, more your genuine self is at. So it is a birth, because when a masculine and a feminine come together, they're creating a creation. So this is your opportunity to create inside yourself. So the one thing I want to invite you, and this is what I wanted to talk about, is if you're waiting to see something, you're going to wait forever. Don't wait to see for yourself to step up. Because what we're seeing around us is really, because there is a shift going on. But the shift that we're seeing is the confusion of the collective of humanity. This is the manifestation of the confusion. So it's not like something's going wrong, it's we're being illuminated that what we've done so far is not serving us. So what do we do from here? Where do we go from here? Just like Daniel was saying, it's just like doTERRA, I see everything as micro, macro, nothing is separate from itself. So just like you heard Daniel was saying, is these small steps really transform his life. So what small steps are you taking in your life? Because you don't have to take an enormous step, that's the illusion. What small steps are you taking in the direction of your life? Are you living for somebody else's satisfaction? Are you living to prove yourself to somebody else? Are you living to show somebody else something? And if so, they're your idol. Are you living to, not to prove it to yourself, but I'm trying to speak in layman terms. Are you living to honor yourself? Thank you. Are you living to love yourself? Because if not, you're abusing yourself. If not, you're betraying yourself. And I say this from personal experience because I've done it. I've done it for many years, and I'll tell you, I've tried different things, different ways, different methods. I've studied through all the different methodologies, principles, spirituality, metaphysics. I've studied a lot of stuff. And I'm going to tell you that not until I met my wife did I not live my truth. So this is your opportunity to live your truth. I'm not saying that what you're doing is not working, but are you living it? Are you practicing it? This is the choice point that you have right now, because Samadhi is wisdom and knowledge coming together. So if you're just tapping into knowledge, you're going to feel lost. If you're just tapping into wisdom, you're going to feel like something's missing, because it's the balance of both. It is the fullness of you coming together.
Yes. And sometimes I get a kick when I hear Michael say, before I met my wife. And it's like, okay, so before he met his wife, so then what does his wife have to do with it, right? Everyone has a different perspective, and that's why when we say the unity, for example, the brain and the heart, if we're always in the brain, we're going to operate most of the time from what we hold on to, which could be fear, doubt, a lot of confusion, unworthiness. When we come from the heart, but we don't put the intelligence in it with it as well, sometimes we can go to the extreme of being a doormat, or just going by, well, we just want to be nice to everybody. But that's not what it is about the heart. The heart intelligence is something deeper, a knowing that you do not allow what's been programmed into your brain to take you away from what you know inside that has no explanation. You can't find it in a book or have someone describe it to you with detail. So what I enjoy about when we do Nature's Gathering, why we even started to come out here into nature, is because it does start out here in the nature. This that you see out here, the beautiful scenery, the feeling that we get when we're grounding, like Danny was explaining, in New York he doesn't have much of a chance to do that, and here we're very fortunate that we do. So what is it? What is this nature? But we have that inside ourselves. So when Michael's talking about 1010 and the importance of numbers and the importance of what this holds in the energy, remember that a lot of that you hold in fear can magnify when you are not connected with yourself to come from a place of peace. How do we generate that peace? Well, what is your nature? If your nature is to mostly react with anger or react with sadness, or if it's been in your nature to hold on to a lot of confusion, that is not your true nature. You have acquired those patterns and you've been living a way, like Michael said before he met me, where you just live maybe even by automatic. Just, okay, well, this is how I've always been. How many times have you heard that phrase? I've always done it this way. This is who I am. And
somebody wants to be on our video. And that's what
not true.
Well, go ahead, continue.
So just really be centered and get to know yourself. Get to know that true nature. If you've held back being who you truly are because you don't want to be criticized, like with the oils, oh no, that's just for girls or women and their flowery, smelly stuff. But that's not all the oils are. So if by nature you have this compassion or kindness, but you hold back because you don't want to be criticized, then you're really not living your nature. So embrace who you are. Start from within. Really check and see where it is that you are within yourself and take that forward.
One thing I do want to say, thank you, love, for sharing that. Quiñones Maria, blessings. Thank you for joining us. We will bring you on in a minute if you'd like. Let us know and say yes if you'd like for us to bring you on, because I don't know if that was a mistake, but it says that you want to come on. Let us know if you want to come on. The one thing that I want to say from personal experience, because that's the only thing that we speak as from experience, we're not speaking from what we read at a book, is that, like I was sharing about 10-10, 20-20, 2020 represents vision. 2020 is when you have great vision. And If you're believing everything that you're seeing outside of yourself, you're going to continue to be a victim of this world, meaning in your head. And you're not a victim. You're free. You're powerful. You can create the life that you desire, that you've been feeling and dreaming about. You don't have to believe what everybody is saying around you. And I'm telling you from personal experience, because I awoken in a 6x9 cell in prison. I had every reason and excuse for me to say that my life sucks. And I was meditating on a little dot in the wall. And that little dot took me to the ends of the universe and beyond. I can't even explain. I'm telling you that no matter where you are free. You can free yourself. No one can free you. I can't free you. Ali can't free you. Only you can free yourself. So the one thing that I wanted to share. Yes, love. The one thing that I wanted to share is, if you're believing everything that you're seeing outside of you, is it working for you? Do you like what you're seeing? Because I haven't talked about this, but I think it's time. Especially with this momentum of energy, because the month of October holds that field, the 1 and the 0. You're going to be, let's just say, tested. You're going to be molded and shaped. But the thing about it is, are you going to surrender to that process, or are you going to try to control the process? Because the more you try to control your process, the more you're going to realize that all you're trying to control is the familiar. But if you surrender to the process, you're going to tap into the unfamiliar. And it's scary. Trust me, I know. But when you step into the unfamiliar, that's why Samadhi is called the Sea of Wisdom. We know everything outside of ourselves. We know we can map out this whole entire world because we got Google Maps. We can buy the most expensive telescopes and look at, or even go to the observatory and look at nebulas and galaxies. We can look all around us. But this is a direct mirror representation, reflection of the soul. How much of the ocean can we see? How much of the ocean have we even traversed and discovered? Less than 1%, it is said. I can't tell you because I don't know. But they say that the ocean is deep, vast. And what does the ocean represent? It represents the mirror, the reflection of your soul. Because when you go into the ocean, it's dark, full of unknown creatures, full of pressure, full of just so much that we don't know. The unknown, right? And the thing about it is, it has so much pressure that it can obliterate, it can just crush the greatest of technology that the earth has made today, as much as we know, because there's another world. So my point is this: are you afraid to face yourself? That's exactly what's going to free you. Because if you're just repeating things that you don't want, I want to ask you why. Because every day is an investment in your life. What are you investing towards? Are you dying to your truth, or to the truth, excuse me? Are you dying to the truth, to your passions, to your purpose, to your calling, to your reason for living? Because if you're not stepping into you, you're dying to that. Or are you dying to the illusions, to the confusion, to the fear, to the deception, to the guilt, to the resentment, to the anger, to the sadness in your life? There's a choice that you can make every day. And if you're waiting for someone or something to tell you, it could happen. It could happen. But do you want to really gamble with your life? Because just yesterday, it was revealed to me that someone that we didn't really know too well, but we knew very little. I mean, we've seen her, we've said hi, kind of talked a little bit in different gatherings, but we didn't really get to know her and meet her. But she transcended yesterday at 1 o'clock in the morning. Very young, so full of hope, so full of life. And we don't believe in death, so we know it goes on and on and on. Thank God, thank Spirit that I didn't fall for that trap. I had to literally die to discover that. So we don't know if we're gonna live one more hour. I can go in the next hour. I mean, a literally plane can just have an accident and boom, hit me right here. It can happen in any moment, at any time. And I'm not trying to put the fear of death. That's not my goal. That's not my intention. my intention is that you are meant to live a life that you can't even dream or fathom. I'm living proof of that. I would not tell you, if you were to ask me that this is what I'd be doing. I lived as a gangster. I lived as an addict to very, let's just say, dangerous drugs. And my life was to destroy it. And boy, did I get proof that my life was a destruction, because I convinced myself that everybody was against me. I convinced myself to be me against the world, and literally that's what happened. I can tell you that you can believe your reality in whatever you desire. And is what you're believing truly what you desire? And if not, change it. And that's why we offer our services. That we've created a 16-week course that we are on our 3rd week, which Justin is a part of. And Justin, so far that you've heard of the course, what do you think of it?
I like it. It's really good.
You like it?
Really very.
Thank you. So thank you, brother. We're in our 3rd week of our self-transformation meditation course. You still have time to sign on. You still have time to join. But if you don't want to do a group course, you can do a one-on-one course. Or you can message us and we'll form groups, whatever we can here locally and on Zoom. The thing about it is, we desire to leave a huge footprint in the life that I live, that it doesn't waste away, because the life that I live was for a purpose. I went through so much betrayal, so much violence, so much anger for a reason, so that those that I got to know don't have to go through it. And that those that don't know can have the rules and the principles and the laws that are more superior than these physical laws that can transform your life. And it's very simple. And we're about to dive into that.
Don't give it away. Don't give them a hint for the next homework.
So, which really we're already using. Here's the kicker, and you're going to find out this in the course, that we're already using these powerful laws, but because we're not taught in school how these laws work, the brain, and I can prove this, the brain operates opposite than everything that you've been told. That's why it feels like nothing works. And when you realize that, it's a game changer.
And that's it. No, don't. That's it. So thank you everyone for joining us today.
And I'm gonna
again, if you are in a...
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you. If you are in a part of the world where you're not able to get out into nature, or you choose to still be, indoors until everybody gets a green light that it's okay, we just desire to bring you a little bit of nature into your home, to your heart, and just know that we're here, always just a click away.
And also, if you'd like to know more, message us. And also, one last thing, before I say the last thing, if you have been transformed in any way and you know that this works, consciousness works, that, stepping into your truth, letting go of the old, surrendering, if you know that this works and you're living it, join us. Let's connect, let's collaborate, let's contribute to really leave our footprint together, because it's not just about Samadhi. It's about, and this is what we're realizing, we're gathering with different people, with different organizations, and we're showing that it's about collective. We're showing it's about contribution. We're showing it's about collaboration. Because we're not against other teachers. We're not against other meditation schools. We're not against the other people that are doing this service. Because we need to embody and show that we are about unity. So, message us. Let's work together. Because we're here together. We're one. And the last thing that I want to share is the powers of love are with the movement that at 10 o'clock today, you can tune in and you can join at 10 o'clock a.m., which is, they're doing 10/10/2020 at 10 a.m. And they're gonna reveal a grand reveal of what they're doing, and that we've been connecting with them, and we've been just so blessed by their contribution, their collaboration, and their connection in the world. So they are the powers of love, Heather Powers, Jason Michael Powers, that are doing great work. And we got so many people that we can connect you with. If you want to work in different spaces, we're here to serve. And any way that we can serve you, let us know. Quiñones Marisa says, what if your true self thinks it's meant to be someone you don't want to be, but don't want to change either? Ooh, let's connect. Let's get on a call, because here's the thing. What if what you're thinking is based on perspectives and beliefs that you've been influenced to believe? Because it's when it's from your true self, Marissa, it's a knowing. You feel it. And the thing about it is, if you're starting to tap into that knowing, but you're thinking it's your perspective, then there's a conflict. What it is, it's brain-heart coherence. Step into your heart and realize that your brain doesn't know. See, you're trying to go with the familiar. And if you're trying to go with the familiar, it's not going to make sense. But if you get out of the familiar and you surrender to the silence and stillness of being, as little as you can, just start stepping into that, and you're going to feel the communication that's always communicating inside you. That's as much as I can say there. Let's connect and let's talk about that. And I feel you because I've been there before. Patty Myers, William Benavides, Colleen Dylan Parkman. And I don't know how much on Instagram. We got 9 minutes, so if I get cut off, blessings, then thank you. Patty Myers says, right on, Alice Inouye, no excuses. Drop your link for your doTERRA products.
Sorry, you did.
Patty says, hola, hola, enjoy your weekend. Blessings, Patty. Another beautiful, amazing soul. You can connect with Patty. She loves to serve. She does so much work, and she's helped us so much. Thank you. Yes, we are the gift of healing. We each are the cure to what ails us. Yes, Patty Myers, Alice Inouye, you and Daniel Arroyo did a magical job with Michael Post, embracing the care. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, and also for you that don't know, we did a video. They're actually my vibrational practitioners, that they are my plant medicine. And shout outs to plant medicine, shout outs to Mother Nature, shout outs to Grounding for Life, for Barefoot Challenge, and Nature's Inner Gathering. Also, Barefoot Challenge is every day from 10 a.m., which you guys can join. Barefoot Challenge every day from 10 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. We take a break to take off our shoes and ground in Mother Nature, because we're hearing so many testimonials of how simple, how powerful a simple practice is. William Benavides says, God gives us wisdom and maturity to understand the world's creations. Seek the kingdom and all things will be added to you. Yes, William, and thank you so much for that, because the kingdom is within. If we're not seeking within ourselves, we're seeking an illusory kingdom. So when you hear seek the kingdom within, it's seeking yourself. It's not seeking an outer kingdom. And if you don't believe that, then I honor your belief. But if you're feeling that it's all about you. It's all about you, because God is you. God is manifested through you. God is seeing through your eyes, and we're seeing God through other eyes. We're seeing God through other eyes. We're seeing God in a tree. We're seeing God in a fly. We're seeing God in a mosquito, even though they're uncomfortable, but God is in everything. Or spirit, whatever you want to call that, with respect to everyone who has any kind of beliefs. Because here at Samadhi, for those of you that don't know, we're not here to convince a religion. We're not here to put out a religion. We're here to build a relationship with you, with yourself, and whatever that belief is in you, that your intuition, that your trust, that your knowing tells you, shows you what you are. Thank goodness for you, Alice Inouye, Patty says. So true, Alice Inouye. What do you believe? What do you believe from within? Yes. Rachel May Patterson, blessings, beautiful soul. Another beautiful soul. Connect with each other. This is why we're here. It's not just about us. Those people that are connecting on here, please connect with each other, because this is what it's about. We're building this family. Actually, we're not building it. We're reuniting a family, an ancient family that has always existed. Kelly Garcia, Cy Baptist, blessings. Blessings, Kelly. Blessings, Cy. Felicia Marie Weinstein, blessings. Thank you for joining us. So, if anything else you want to say, love, I think that's a wrap. So, with this, I want to leave you that the choices that you make in your life is going to show the results that you have in your life. This is what we call return on investment. This is what we call manifestation. So we know that if you invest in a business and it's not bringing what you desire, are you going to continue to invest in the business? If you keep falling short, if you got to, get more confused in your business. So the business is your life. The goal is your life. The dream is your life. You're investing in you. What results are you getting in your life? And if you're not getting the results you want, seek out mentorship. Seek out reflections that are going to bring you closer to you, not more farther than you. So blessings. Thank you, each and every single one of you. We'll see you again next week for our Nature's 38th Nature's Inner Gathering. And also, if you'd like to share a testimony, if you'd like us to bring you on live, which we're going to bring on more people live, to share their testimonials, to share things of nature that they've been practicing, whether it's grounding, whether it's tree hugging, whether it's walking in a park, whatever's transformed you, juicing, essential oils, sunbathing, sun gazing, whatever that is. If you like to share your story, we're here to inspire others, because the main event, the main feature is testimonials for nature. So we're looking for testimonials for nature. We want to inspire more people for nature, because that's what the world needs, is more nature. Thank you, everyone. Blessings. Namaste. Now go enjoy nature. Get off of this. Go out there. Go out there and enjoy nature. Get out of here. We love you. Sai says, hi, blessings. Blessings.